Construction of front piece for pants. In the previous session, we identified the body measurements required for constructing the pattern of pants. Now we need to construct the pattern of the front pant piece based on drafting instructions. At the end of the session, you will be able to construct pattern of front pant piece using a triangular scale. First, let's familiarize with the tools and materials required for doing this exercise. They are notebook, pencil, triangular scale, measuring tape, front pant piece pattern and drafting instructions, fraction table, and scale. Now let's see how to draft the pattern of the front pant piece in the notebook using a triangular scale. Note the body measurements taken in your notebook. Now let's prepare the measurement chart with all the required fractions. First, let's find half of waist circumference, which is 31 inches. Here, we get the value as 15.5 inches. Also, quarter of 31 inches is 7 3/4 inches. Similarly, find half of hip circumference, which is 37.5 inches. From the fraction table, we will get the value as 18 3/4 inches. Also, quarter of 37.5 inches is 9 3/8 inches. 1/3 is 12.5 inches. 1/6 is 6.25 inches. And 1/12 is 3 1/8 inches. Also, quarter of knee girth of 18 inches is 4.5 inches. And finally, quarter of bottom width of 16 inches is 4 inches. Now we can copy the drafting instructions in the notebook. But instead of fractions of body measurements, we will substitute the values that we have found out using our fraction table. But here, we will copy only those instructions which need calculations. Now we need to find the sum of these values. The next step is to draw the pattern of the front pant piece in our notebook using a triangular scale. Here, we are using a 1:7 scale to draw the pattern. As per our drafting instruction, first we will draw the line 0, 1, which we have found out as 41 3/8 inches. We can round this to 41.5 inches. Now we can mark point 2, which is 9 7/8 inches from point 0. We can round this to 10 inches. Find the midpoint of line 2, 1. This will be point 3. Similarly, construct all the lines as per the drafting instructions. Thus, we have constructed the pattern of the front piece for pants using a triangular scale. In this session, we have learned how to construct the pattern of the front piece for pants using a triangular scale. Before we conclude, let's take a look at the key steps. Step 1. Note the measurements taken in your notebook. Step 2. Prepare the measurement chart with all the fractions found out from the fraction table. Step 3. Copy the drafting instructions in your notebook by substituting the values found out from the fraction table instead of fractions of body measurements. Step 4. Add or subtract numbers if any. Step 5. Construct pattern in your notebook with the help of a triangular scale. With that, we have come to the end of this session.